You ready for the show, baby? Let's do it. Get that volume up. Turn it up. Come on. Nah. No, it's never. They can't see me. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Joe Lockett. How you guys doing on the Joe Lockett Show today? And turn that volume down just a tad. All right, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? It's your boy Joe Lockett. We're in the building on Hump Day. We got a lot to get into the show today. Excuse the volume on the music because Netflix has done something and I'm producing and all this stuff at the same time. So, oh, here you go, right? Watch this. See? Watch this. Well, you learn a little bit. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Joe Lockett. We're in the building. Hump Day again. Who's in the building? Who I'm in the studio with? I ain't been in the studio with her in a minute. The one and only D is in the building. What's up, Yam? How you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute for real. You was here with me. Last time you were here with me. How about that?
I'm here.
Yeah, you're in the building. We appreciate you. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing good, baby. Looking good in the got on that black dress. And those
no pants.
And those sexy glasses. And that sweet perfume. Sure smell good on you. Huh?
I don't wear perfume without that.
You know what perfume?
I wear Bath and Body Works lotion.
Oh, that what that is? That's smelling all good over here? Because I smelled you. I smelled you when you walked through the door.
I hope that's a good thing.
Well, if it was anything else, I would have told you. I'm like, girl, you need to go in and take a shower. Before you go in the shower, you sit your fake ass over here on the sofa. I'll be like, you sit your fake ass over here on the sofa. All right, what's going on, y'all? What's up, Lady J? What's going on, Sharpie? What's going on, Renee? What's going on, Shar? Yam Sam's in the building. What's up, Benita? What's up, and man, Antonio Nita? I don't know what that is. What's up, Coco? Teresa, she loves my show. Thank you so much. Hey, Candy, what's up, Jesus? What's up, Sunshine? What's up, Willow Tree? Alfred? Y'all let us know where you're chiming in from, and I can go ahead and give you guys a shout out also. And if you're on the social media, how you guys doing? What's going on to everybody? She's in the building. We're glad to have her back. Yam, how you doing? Everything good? You know something happened today. It was like 70 degrees this morning.
Man, it was that.
I walked outside, my shirt open, right? Man, listen, when I walked out, I was having lunch with Keisha today.
Mm-hmm.
When we finished, my nipples got hard. I mean, I walked out that restaurant.
That don't mean nothing. Your nipples see hard.
No, but I'm saying the machine was open, right? And soon as I walked out, it looked, I felt like a woman because the print was on my shirt. No, it's tight. You know what I'm saying? And man, it was cold as I don't know what I did. I'm just saying.
That should be a lesson.
Bruh, hey, man, I'm trying to tell you. Don't say what in because what that wasn't for you. That's what I leave, bro. Okay, but yeah, man, listen. It was cold outside. When I got out of my truck, it was
lunch on my patio. Me, Tyson, and Zena, we
right.
sat on the patio and I was eating lunch. It was perfect. I came out to come here.
Man, listen. Exactly. All right, guys, you guys like to your favorite rap. Do me a favor, let me know where you're chiming in from, and we'll give you a shout out here to the Joe Lockett Show. Share the video up there. Hit the like button. Yesterday we got to 15,000. We used to get to 20,000. So go ahead and hit that like button so we can get up to 20,000. We try to get 20,000 likes each and every day where you're looking at us from. So we appreciate you. Chicago in the building. What's going on, Chi-Town? What's up, baby? Ladies, this has been a topic that a lot of women have a problem with. Some women accept it. Some women don't need it. Some women say forget it. Some women want it, and some women say it's not enough. What is it?
Child support. Oh, I don't know what it is.
Boy,
Is
you
that
ain't been
it?
on radio in a long time.
Is that it?
No, it's fine. You could have said everything else but what the topic was. South Carolina in the house, Tennessee's in the house. What's up, babe? What's up, Nick Clark?
I don't come out these days unless I'm working or working.
Teresa said affection. Okay. Typical women. Arizona in the house. So y'all let me know.
Not typical women.
So,
typical men these
so they say affection. They say typical women. So let me know. What if some women say not enough? They don't need it. Not enough. Right? What is it that women say that?
A man.
Huh? A man? Okay.
I don't need a man.
They clocked at a
Not
man.
not many men.
Right. Thanks for sharing the video out there, Lady J. We appreciate you. Well, what's going on so Facebook? I see y'all guys doing y'all thing out there. Hey, how y'all doing? Money, of course. Well, it does deal with money.
Because I'm not gonna say I don't need it.
But
you have a lot, then you don't need it.
You won't say that.
I don't need money.
That's what you won't say.
Everybody needs money.
Not everybody.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, everybody needs. Bill Gates don't need. Bill Gates' ex-wife don't need money.
Well, she has a great
Elon Musk, ex-wife don't need money. Michael Jordan ex-wife don't need money.
So let's just say that money goes away. I mean, you still need money. You need money.
They don't need money.
Okay. Well,
they got plenty of money.
Okay. Money do run out if you're using the wrong hand.
Not if you Michael Jordan ex-wife. Okay. I don't think that money running out no time soon. All right.
She's hush hush too. I like it.
All right, guys. Here's what I'm talking about. There was a video. I think it went sort of kind of viral on social media. Let me ask you ladies this question, and get your minds out the gutter. 69. Is that a good number for you? In no kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. 69.
It's not.
Is 69 a good number for you ladies? It's not a gutter thing I'm talking about. 69. 69. Is that a good number? Hey, Rachel, how you doing, baby? Somebody will say, laugh out loud. Sure. Like I said, it's not of a sexual nature.
I mean, unless, if I send you a 69, I mean, you go your way, I go mine. Miss Joe said, I like 68. Did I not say that this is not in the gutter? Did not 69. You know what? I'm
What?
Okay, I'm speaking out loud. I'm sorry.
What's up, Peter Boss? Okay, so that was a clip. Let me see. Can the show get past it at 52 right now? Share the thing out there. See, can we get it up to 69? 69. Well, you said, well, I did, and I stepped in it. I did, Teresa. But what I'm talking about, that was a lady, clip, and a lot of people have been sharing it with me. And let me ask you ladies this. Is $69 a week enough child support for you? That was the video. If your man was giving you $69 a week for child support, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
If you're a child's father. Go ahead. I just wanted to correct you. Just wanted to correct you.
So
you said if your man
was your child's father.
Well, I mean, child's father, not your man.
Well, I mean,
because then your man comes into the equation on the video.
Well, child's father. If the child's father give you $69 a week with child support, right? Is that enough money for child support? I want you guys to know we're saying how many kids.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor. How many kids, but
one kid. We're just going to say one.
One kid, and at that moment the child was 4.
Okay, so one kid. And the child is 4 years old. How many kids is one kid? I got less than that. Lady said nope. Be the boss said not at all. It's not enough. For one kid, it's not enough.
He's 4 years old. Okay.
The kid is 4 years
Four
old.
years old.
It's $69 a week.
It is. It is.
So, but a lot of people saying no.
It
So
is.
no, that's about $276 a month. Is it enough? Be the boss said it's not enough. Okay, so the lady on the video said a lot of people were angry with her for taking the $69. Now, Denise, you know more about this, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it from here.
So people were coming after this female who said that she was okay with $69 a month in child support. At the time her son was 4. Excuse me, yes. No.
She said a week.
Was it a week?
It's a week, yeah, it's a week.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So $69 a week. I thought it was a month.
So it's a week.
I really want to look at that.
Okay, well,
Okay. So $69 a week. Yeah, I think you are right. So $69 a week that her child's father was paying in child support. Well, people were saying no, that's not enough. Again, he was 4 years old. Okay. That she stated it was enough for her.
Mm-hmm.
She also had a man.
Mm-hmm.
Her dude who she was laying up with. Mm-hmm. She said a lot of women were saying that that's not enough for rent and this and that and the other. Mm-hmm. So she brought up that her rent for one person was $1,000 a month. Mm-hmm. For a 2-bedroom, it was $1,200 a month. Mm-hmm. So she said $200 of those dollars, of course, you want to say is not enough for your rent. If you didn't have a child, you would only be paying $1,000. It's only $200 difference. Mm-hmm. Well, you take some of that and put it on the rent if you want to. Mm-hmm. She said, at the age of 4, that got him a pair of cute little shoes that he may want. Mm-hmm. It got him some little McDonald's here and there if he liked it or whatever the case. And it did. If you think about a 4-year-old, a 4-year-old really don't even want anything. They need what we want them to have. Mm-hmm. And if someone says as far as daycare, it don't cost enough, this, that, and the other. Well, in her case, she was divorced. Mm-hmm. And I think it was something in the decree or whatever with the child support. So we're just going to throw in the fact that he was paying the child support. Okay. But she was getting $69 a week. He was paying daycare. He was paying daycare and he was giving her $69 a week for the 4-year-old child.
And he probably had her on insurance.
Right, on health insurance. Yeah. So she was saying that was enough. For me, I say yes, that's enough. This is a 4-year-old child. I think, and then she said that a lot of the mothers were saying that, what about the power the child is using and this and that and the other. She said that power is still going to be the same power, whether I have this child or not. Right. I have a man. Mm-hmm. And if a man is laying up in my bed, I shouldn't have to get money from my child's father to pay my power bill. Right. That should come from the man that I'm laying up with. Right. And then she stated that most women who were saying this are laying up with men who ain't helping them in no way. Right. I totally agree with her. Mm. Now, for me, I never got child support. I had 3 kids. Mm. Now, he was on child support for my oldest daughter, which the first 2 were his. It was only $100 a month, and he didn't even want to pay that. Mm. At the end of the day, my children still had to eat. They still had to go to school. They still had to, and I took care of that with God's help. Right. So for me, you shouldn't have to make a man take care of their kids, first of all. Right. Number 2, if that's not enough for you, then hey, how about you either, personally give the child to the daddy, and you pay the child support. Just give them over to the dad. Then most women don't want to do that.
I just said, why don't more?
Because I look at it as, and I know y'all gonna say Denise is with the bull crap, but I look at it as a lot of women using these kids to get back at that baby daddy. I did say baby daddy. Okay. To get back at that child's father. Okay. And she also brought up taking them back, getting modifications, all that stuff when he's making more money. If your child is okay, he's not hurt for anything, why are you taking him back? Because you heard he got an increase at his job. To me, that becomes a bitter person to me. Like if he has everything he needs, this man he's stepping up. He do outside of, because a child support check is just a child support. That's what you're ordered to do. Right. But anything outside of that, he's bringing him this, he's picking him up this, and you still want to take him back and modify the order for what? Because the baby's not hurting.
But can I ask a question? Why do women? And I'm asking because I understand the answer, but I want people on social media. If you live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You guys answer the question, share the video, because this is a tough conversation to have on a Hump Day Wednesday right here on the Joe Lockett Show. at 17 minutes after the hour. I want to know this. Why is it when you're court ordered to pay whatever you pay and the man is paying that amount of money, right, monthly? Why is it if he gets a raise, right, the woman feels that she needs to get a raise also in child support when the child is most likely sometimes the same age and nothing has changed?
That's modifying that order.
Right. Why do women want to I'm not asking, why do women want this when he increases, she wants to increase also when it's really not necessary? I'm asking the question. I'm not defending the man and I'm not, defending the woman. I'm asking.
It's bitterness. And most women, I'm not bitter. Yes, it is though. Why are you doing it? He has another child. And she brought that up. He has another child. Now you're mad. Mm-hmm. You're mad at her. Mm-hmm. And now you want to go and get, hey, he got another child. I'm gonna make sure I get all mad. Okay, so is it about the child or is it about you? Is it about you or is it about
I think sometimes it's about the woman not wanting you to move forward or be prosperous without her getting a piece of it because she has your child. That's what I believe.
But see, it's not for her. It's for that child. And that child is not needing anything. That dad, what he gives you every week or every month, if that is sufficient for that child, why do you have to take him back for more when, like you said, nothing has changed?
Nothing has changed, right?
He has the child on his health insurance. He's paying the daycare.
Right.
He's still doing things outside of.
Yeah.
So why are you taking him back for more money for you? Because it's not for the child. And in this case, again, he was 4. Now you tell me what a 4-year-old means. Outside of, some simple. The 4-year-old don't care about no Jordans. No. We care about that.
Right.
The 4-year-old like those light-up shoes out of Walmart. $10. Right. I mean, if we really look at it, if you're saying, he needs to eat. Okay. The money that you can, I guess as a mom of 3,
right.
I spread mine. It was 1 income and 4 people in the house. This is including myself.
Right.
I shouldn't have to struggle. Well, are you using your child as a paycheck? Is that what that is? Because no, you should have to struggle, but you're not struggling.
But this is what I don't get. And ladies, I know y'all gonna attack me on this, but I'm asking a real question. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. It's both of y'all a child. Mm-hmm. Right? So when it comes to taking care of the child, and if you choose to keep the child, aren't you supposed to be doing half of the child also?
Correct. Right? But you want him to do all of it.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I'm with you on this one here. There are a lot of men, not some, a lot of men would prefer you give the child to them.
But then,
that's what I'm saying. But then you got to pay.
The mother won't have, and honestly, out of 100%, how many men really take the mother to court for child support?
They don't, because the man gonna take care of it.
I'll give them 20%.
Yeah, most men don't. Yeah.
So you want the child, but you want him to pay really for you and your child's lifestyle.
Right.
But you don't want him to have the child. And then you want to say when he can and can't see the child. Come on. What is it really about?
For me, I just say make it make sense. There are good parents that work with child support. There are good parents don't have to have child support because the daddy gonna do what they need to go do. But I want to ask this question to our listening audience today. Why don't women give the child to the father that wants to take care of their child?
Because they won't have a weapon to use.
But what I'm saying, if the man, if you're so adamant about this man that won't pay child support, he said, but you give me the child, I'll take care of it. You got to pay child support now.
If he puts you,
you know what I'm saying? But
in some cases, a lot of women will say, well, he's a deadbeat. He don't want the child. Okay. And I know a lot of people say you have to watch what you lay down with, but you really do have to watch what you lay down with. Okay. Red flags are there.
Right.
However, he's a deadbeat. He don't want to take care of him, so I'm just going to take you to child support to get what I can get from you. Do that. I'm not knocking you for doing this.
Right.
What I am knocking you from doing is every time you hear something going on with him, you got to take him back for more.
Right.
Or, this ain't enough. $1,000 a month for one child who your mom keeps because they don't want to put him in daycare. You still don't have to pay the health insurance. Like, just please make the numbers make sense to me. Like, what is it that your child absolutely needs, or even want? That's $1,000 a month for one child. And I'm gonna say a 4-year-old, 5-year-old.
Right.
Make it make sense for me.
I don't think we can make it make sense. And I think there are some women that are very, as you say, I think they're very vindictive. And I want to go to the good fathers. The deadbeat dads that don't need self-explanatory, deadbeat moms don't need to be explained. But I really want to know this from women, right? If this man is asking for the child, right, and he's saying, I'll take care of the child, why don't you, if you think you know you can do a better job, ladies, give the child to the man and you pay him child support, right? Because if he's not doing what he needs to do, let me see, are you going to do what you need to do for your child, right? No, but no, hold on, no. But
the first thing you're gonna be called, oh, he real messed up. That's real foul.
No, but what I'm saying is, again, if you can't take care of the child, right? I mean, you take care of the child, but he's not doing. He's saying, well, give me the child and I will raise them, right? Now you pay. All you need to do is pay child support. I do the rest, the raising, the cooking, and all that other stuff. All you need to do is pay child support. Are you going to pay that $200 to $300 a month and come over with
my baby? That's my child.
But what I'm saying is the
they
woman,
need their mother.
But exactly, is that woman going to come across and do everything that she's asking that man to do? Because now you're the mother, right? That need to be doing for your child. So I'm going to ask women this, and I'm being very serious. Everything you ask that baby father to do, are you willing to do the exact same damn thing that, you know what I'm saying, in its entirety, and be on time without any problems? Because that's your, like y'all always telling me, that's your child. How many women gonna send them to be a true mama?
No, that's not gonna, you're gonna have a problem with that. The other piece on that though is
that's your child though. You the mama.
No, we're on the same page on this
one. Okay.
The other piece of that is a lot of women. I don't want that woman around my child. I don't want that woman. I don't want my child. She better not put her hands in my baby head. Okay, let's go back again. Is it about that child or is it about the baby daddy?
Because when if you're raising his child, y'all child, you're gonna have a man around y'all child at some point in time, and you're not gonna ask his permission.
And I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna hear. Well, he here to do what you ain't doing.
Yeah.
No, we ain't doing that now. We're not doing it. It's not. If it's good for you, it's gonna be good for him.
I don't think the for the good guys, right? I don't think the playing ground is fair.
It's not. When
it comes to the child support for the good guys and what they need to do. I think good guys have to go through hell and high water.
Good fathers, it's like, dang, it's always the good fathers have the not so nice baby moms,
right? And
the ones that are really good moms to their kids, and don't really have.
But this is what I got to say to the good guys, right? It's just like good women. Y'all like a roughneck, right? Good guys, they like that kind of woman. I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, but you like that woman that's like a bit. You like that street woman, right? And so that's what you got. So when you have a baby with that street woman, she's gonna treat you like that. When you go there and have a baby by one of those roughnecks, that's the way he gonna treat you, right? He gonna treat you like a roughneck. So you got to be careful. It ain't who you sleep with, who you shoot up the club with, or who you allow to shoot up the club. You got to be very careful at the end of the day, because you get what you choose. You get what you're allowed to do. And you can't expect a guy from the streets that you knew he was no good, but he was rough, and all of a sudden you become pregnant. He's gonna be a great dad. It just, you can't imagine some girl that's from the club that you met, or she's a stripper, that she's gonna be the regular mom for you.
Well,
I mean, what was that you were doing over there?
Groceries going. Wine with it. I needed something. I ain't got no kids that will Tyson have been killing me. But Tyson need a baby daddy.
But wait a minute, what was that role you was doing? Okay.
Until that booty come on.
Well, all righty then.
Oh, my bad. I'm dressed too. I've been trying to pull it down.
I see. All right, guys.
Now I will say though, we can't because I don't want anybody to
interpret.
Well, no. I don't need a Joe Clark at the meeting at night. Nothing against strippers.
No.
Let's just clear it up.
Yeah. Sure.
Because in my other life, I have rhythm like a mug, and I can strip and climb that pole. But nothing against strippers. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Because you make statements, mom's a stripper.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But just don't.
Okay. If the dad is from the streets and selling that thing, you can't expect that he's going to give you the same life that a legitimate corporate man going to give you. And that's all I'm saying. Let's just be realistic. I'm not denigrating anybody's profession. You choose what you choose. You do what you do. That's your business. But what I'm saying is, what you choose is what you get. You can't think that you're going to get something from the streets and it's going to be a housewife or a house husband. That's not going to be quintessential what you're looking for. That's not what
I think it goes back to, we lay around. It is what it is.
Right.
But and some is like, well, I didn't try to get pregnant. Yeah, when you go in a certain way, you trying. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But you have to watch. And a lot of women will get knocked up, honestly, because they think they will get more. Or they use their child as a paycheck. Mm-hmm. That's how I see it as a woman. Mm-hmm. Some of these women use these kids as paychecks. Period.
Well, I don't understand it. I'm just going to say this. I think women and men, before you decide to, encounter, how you decide to do it, make sure that at its worst case and best case scenario, you're going to be okay with the outcome if you become pregnant and you decide, that child, y'all don't have a child. So the guy that you're sleeping with or spending time with, right? Do you consider that person a father? I think women.
Father.
No, if you have a child, if you land with a man or walk, okay, you need to take in account that is this man what I consider him being. Am I okay with having his child? And fellas, you the same way. I don't care what you got inside of you, how inebriated or how you may be. You got to go in thinking, man, is it okay? Because what we do as men, we want to get a woman to do what she won't do. We want her to go against her will in that moment, right? But we don't think. We're thinking with our lower extremities. We're not thinking with our top here. We're thinking with the bottom one, right? And you're not thinking about what's going to happen in 9 months. All you thinking about, you got her to do something that she didn't want to do because she trusted you, and you knew doggone good and well you had no intentions of wanting something, and you hoping and praying in 30 days or 28 days that nothing's going to happen. That's what you're praying for. But then when it happens, you either get ghost, you get scared, or you got to stand up and be a man. And a lot of y'all do all three sometimes. You got to be careful, fellas, who you lay with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this to all men, me, myself, and everybody included. You got to be careful of what you're doing, because there are innocent children that's being brought into situations that they don't need to be brought into, because neither one of y'all meant each other no good.
Well, let me add something to that as well, because I was watching a little clips of it. Was, what is the man name? On Atlanta, Hip Hop of Atlanta.
I don't,
but I saw it on on your Facebook, and it'll have a little.
Yeah.
So she would. I think the guy cheated on her. They're married. She's an attorney in Georgia, and what is the guy's name?
I don't know.
If anybody knows it, please send it. But she got on to him. Well, he told her. He said, "Hey, he did. He cheated on her, got a baby."
Okay.
You forgave him, quote unquote.
Apollo.
Not her. Not Atlanta Housewives. It was Hip Hop of Atlanta with Scrappy, Bambi, all of them. So they'll know.
Okay.
So they're at the little girl's birthday party, and the little girl has to be like maybe 2 or 3. I want to say she appears to be that. So Scrappy, the guy was like, I can't think of his name, but anyway, he was like the child's mom. They wanted to be cordial.
Right.
And she goes in on him about, I accepted the baby, I forgave you for cheating, but I'm not gonna. And she just going off. Now, mind you, we're at the little girl's birthday party. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he said, I was just delivering the message. She just wanted to be cordial,
Right.
And she goes to say, and he says, well, I thought you forgave me. And she said, well, I did. If I didn't forgive you, I wouldn't be taking care of her. meaning
The baby.
his child.
Right.
So
Rashida.
no, not them. It's the attorney. The attorney. So he kind of walks off because he was like, he didn't want the embarrassment to continue to go on. It's a
Right.
child's birthday party, yada yada. And she walks up to him and she says, heard his name, and she says, "If you ever walk away from me again, I know something." And he turned, and I started thinking, which that was disrespectful, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, do you have the issue again going back to the child, what he did, or the mom? Because if you forgave him,
she didn't forgive
that part.
Yeah,
you forgave him. That's why I said you forgave him.
Right.
You're accepting the child. You're at the child's birthday party.
Right.
Sitting standoffish.
Right.
They're just trying to be cordial.
Right.
Whatever happened.
Right.
Why is it that you said you forgave him?
Right.
And she said she didn't want the child in her house.
Right.
But you forgave him and you accepting the child.
Right.
My question is why, ladies? It goes back to the bitter women.
Right.
Why are we so bitter? Why are we so catty? If you forgave him, we should all forgive. But if you forgave him, I'm not saying be friends and going and partying with the child's mom.
Right.
But you're not even interacting with the child at the child's birthday.
Right.
I haven't why? Why even go? Why go? Why? And that's my thing is women. Okay, what is it? Is it the dude? Is it the child? What is it?
No, I think with women, it's all the above, right? And you've alluded to this on the show many times, right? That the woman don't like to lose her man to someone else. With men, it's
he's still with him. They're still married.
Yeah, but she's going to make him begrudge that for the rest of his life.
And at that point, I think you need a divorce.
Right,
is so unhealthy.
But
that is so unhealthy.
But it is that you're right? But that is what it is at the end of the day. Women and some men would rather you go through hell with you than see you with somebody else, right? And you have to make sure at the end of the day, you find your peace. I do want to move to something else. I want to ask people this, because I was talking with someone today at lunch about this. As people in their 40s and 50s, right? In their 30s too. Okay. But I'm really serious. I've been doing some deep thinking lately, y'all. What is it that if you could change in your life, you could change one thing in your life, right? What would that be? If you could change, if it's one thing that you can go back and change, and y'all put it and jot it down here, right? And hit the like button. Let's go. I only got 3,000 likes in the show. Come on, y'all hit the like button.
What would you change?
If you could change one thing in your life, right? One thing, if you could change it, what would it be?
That's my baby, dude.
You think baby daddy? Really? Okay.
Let me see. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't know that.
Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. If you could change one thing in your life, one thing, just one. You only get one. Mm-hmm. If you could change one thing in your life, what would it be? Mm-hmm. Be the boss said, "I'm non-problematic or drama-free. I work 4 jobs, not ask or want anything from nobody." Okay. Someone says career choice. Okay.
Yeah. I would have
getting married. Okay.
My parents, I had my daughter early, and my parents, my mom's, she said I can still go off.
Erica, that's not going to work. Erica Bunker, that's not going to work. No.
Hey, lady.
I said one thing you could change in your life. Going back to 35 is not changing.
That is changing. And we can do that. That is changing.
So you're
that is changing my age back.
Okay. All right.
Now I wouldn't go back to I am 35, so I couldn't do that, but I wouldn't go back to 25 because them 20s.
Okay, I didn't read the other part. She said I go back to 35 knowing what I know now. Okay, that is a change. Someone says wait. Someone says bring my mama back. Someone says getting married at a young age. Baby father. 35, not bad. Okay.
It'll be my
So
my
you
parents
changed
were
your career?
allowing me to. They told me to go off. I could go off. I got scholarships. Go to law school. You know, get your undergrad, go straight to law school. But for me, my priority were no. I have my daughter. I'll just stay here and wait. I would change that. I would have went on and.
All right, so y'all hit the like button. Let's go. Let's get it up to 5,000, up to 4,000. Hit that like button. Share the video. That I appreciate you. Never start pimping.
We pimped today. Right.
You know, I have thought long and hard. If I could change anything in my life, what would I change?
I think I know what it is.
What? What you think it is? I tell you if you're right now. You know,
Dealing with your girls.
That's high on my list. That's probably. I wrestle with it though. Would it be that? You know something? Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you. That would probably be, if I could change anything in my life, I would be a better father. I would be a better father. Because everything else has worked itself out.
I can't wait to be home.
They'll be here in September. But everything else worked itself out. I can share some good news with y'all, right? This happened for the first time in my life, and I'm going to brag as a proud father. Y'all know I haven't been the best father to my daughters, but we are in great communication now. So y'all live in Japan. One is 30 and one is 20. Day before yesterday, I'm getting ready to go to a meeting the other day. My phone rings, my daughter, my youngest one, right? She calls me, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning.
You know, she be on you.
Yeah, but she'll never call me at that time. Our daughter used to call me at a different time, but she calls me at 1 o'clock. It was like 10 o'clock here, it was like 1 o'clock there. She calls me, right? And I answer, and I said, you know, speaking to her Japanese, I'm like, what's up on, baby? Hey, Papa, how you doing? Right? I'm like, I'm doing okay. And then she said, well, my friend's here, and I want to introduce you to my friend.
Okay.
No, it was a girl. Right? But she was 21. I wouldn't say anything. But she wouldn't call me with the guy in our house, right? But this is the first time it happened, and I'm just saying, as a proud father, a lot of y'all don't get this, but I've never gotten this far. My daughter called me, and she wanted to introduce her friend to her father, and I felt like that was the most proudest father moment that I mean, when I say I was gleaming from ear to ear all fucking day, excuse my French, but all day long, for real, right? Man, I was super happy because my daughter thought enough to say, I want to introduce you to my father, to her friend, right? That was like, man, I was like, oh my God, right? So, you know, I'm interacting with a friend. I'm like a kid in a candy store, right? Hey, how you doing? You know, you good, trying to be the best, be the best father for my daughter, right? Because a lot of y'all take that for granted, okay? Mm-hmm. Y'all get that all the time. I have been a sucky father, and for my daughter at 21 years old want to include me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and she's having a conversation with her father, that meant the world to me, okay? So I'm just letting y'all know. I understand, Joe, whatever, but no, I have never in my life had that happen to me as a father because I hasn't been there. But this is the point that I want to make, Denise. That's because their mother was a damn good mother. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give my daughter's mother the biggest shout out on my radio show, right? I'm not going to put her name out there because I don't know if she wants her name to be out there. So I'm just going to say, my daughter's mama, I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you for being the mother and the father that I could never be, that I wasn't. But you never did turn my daughters against me. And I want to say to you, if you ever see this, thank you. And forever, whatever woman that gets with me later on, and I become financially independent, I want you to know that I'm going to her and I'm going to cut her a huge check, and she'll never have to worry about anything again. I want you guys to understand
and he is serious.
I'm very serious, because what she has done for me and what my daughter see me as now.
That goes back to,
praise God.
That goes back to the baby mom or the kid's mother.
Now, who you telling?
Because I was told because I always, regardless of my kids, they
Y'all hit the like button on that one right there. That's serious. Hit the like button. Let's go.
And I like that. A lot of women would have told her, "Oh, I would have done that," because with my kid's dad, he wasn't there.
Right.
We didn't do anything for him. Okay, but I still allowed him to see them if he wanted to. I never talk negative. Even now, I don't talk negative about their dad, and they're grown like yours.
Yeah,
we got to stop that because these kids, let that child determine. You know, I was told, "Oh, girl, you stupid."
Right.
Oh, he ain't even paying you child support.
Right.
Oh, he ain't showing up. And a lot of women say, "Well, I don't want to hurt my kids by saying their dad saying, hey, I'm coming to pick you up," and they don't.
Thank you for the roses.
No, let them get make their own decision with their child, with their dad.
Yeah.
My kid's dad he got talking next month.
Right.
Well, they're grown now.
Yeah.
So whatever relationship you build with them, that's on you. But I support whatever it is. So I like her. But when you told me that, baby, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of.
Man,
a lot of women won't do that.
Listen, I'm telling
a lot of women won't do that.
I'm telling y'all, man. What I saw my 21-year-old daughter do, and the smile she had on her face, right? And I'm sitting there talking to her friend. Like I said, I'm 53 years old. I've never had that kind of interaction with my daughters, ever. They talk to me, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" Blah, 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 blah. But they have never introduced me. They sent pictures with me with their friends, right? But to actually be for me as a father, if you're a mother or a father, you would get what I'm saying. For your child to call you at 1:00 in the morning, their time, and be thinking about you and want to introduce their friend to their deadbeat dad, that speaks volumes, not just for your child that she loves you, but it speaks volume to the mother that raised your child for 21 years and your sorry ass wasn't there. Let me just call that for what it is, right? Your sorry ass wasn't doing a damn thing when she could have badmouthed you, said all this other stuff. But for my daughter at 21 years old, grown as hell, living in her own house, and still want to talk to me and introduce her friends to her father, that she know what I did and didn't do. Bro, when I say there's a God or whatever the hell y'all believe in, I believe in God. I'm just saying, man, there are some good baby mamas out there. And I'm telling y'all fellas, if your child is still in your life, man, give that woman praise and make sure she understands how much you respect her. You ain't got to do nothing else. But make that relationship that your kid have with you, that's because of her. You didn't do a damn thing like I did. So I'm not going to take anything. The way my daughters are, how productive they are, how successful they are. The only thing they got in me that I gave them is that go get it attitude in my genes and the blood cycle. That's it, bloodline. But how they're raised, my daughter could have told me to kiss her ass. Easily. I don't have nothing to do with you.
But that also says a lot about your kids.
Yeah. Yes. And they want to come here, right? So this is why when y'all hear me say that for the next couple of years, I'm doing something, special for my kids. I'm working only for my kids. I don't want a woman in my life because I owe them something, and this made me want to work, even go hard in the paint for them. But I wanted to share that with you because that happened to me today as well. That happened to me yesterday around 10 o'clock my time, morning time. And I'm going to my meeting and I couldn't stop smiling. You know what I'm saying? The whole day, I'm like, man, I'm like on cloud nine because I'm saying to myself, man, my daughter, and this is crazy. I'm 53 years old. My 21-year-old daughter introduced me to one of her friends. And I'm like, man, I just met the president of the United States of America. I mean, that's the way it felt yesterday, seriously. Because I never thought that my daughter would want to do that for me. For her mom, of course, she gets that all the time. But I never thought that I would get that from my daughter, the youngest one. Let me say this to y'all. I'm going to be very open and honest with this. I met my oldest daughter. I spent time with her. I've never met
the youngest one.
My youngest daughter. I've never laid eyes on her in person or touched her in person. The youngest daughter did that. The youngest daughter did that for me. That's all her mama. I didn't do nothing.
Never seen you.
Listen,
never touched.
I've never laid hands on her. We've never been in the same room together. We've never breathed the same oxygen together. But she thought enough at 1 o'clock in the morning to be talking about her dad that she ain't never seen before except for on camera and talk to, that she wanted her friend to.
How beautiful.
Man, listen.
His daughters are beautiful.
Man, listen. Thank you, but
gorgeous.
listen.
They are gorgeous.
That's a proud father moment for me, y'all. So I just want to share that with y'all. All right, guys, you guys locked into the Joe Lockett Show. I'm a proud father.
You know, we have a lot of and I
Thanks,
was
Indy.
talking to my cousin about this.
Uh-huh.
We have some great fathers out here though. Okay. I know, the world put it out here that especially black men don't take care of their kids.
Uh-huh.
But you got a lot of good men out here.
There's a lot of
great fathers out here.
And it's a lot
and just I want to also put this out here that you know how you like deadbeat. Well, it's never too late as long as you have breath in your body.
But you know something, that part right there, and I got to give my ex-wife credit. She could never make me understand that part. Because she used to always tell me, those kids don't give a damn about your money. They just want your dad. They want their daddy. But because I wasn't financially able to do what I need to do for them, I always thought that my kids would hate me, right?
It's not about that.
That's the way I felt. And no one could you know this. You taught me this, right? I beat myself up for years about what the father that I wasn't for my daughters. And everybody said they don't care about that, Joe. The mama may do, but the kids just want you. Yeah. I never could see that because I couldn't get over what I know and how I was raised that I was not doing for my daughters because I wasn't able to do two things at one time because of the choices that I made. Nobody's problem. That was mine. And I didn't blame anybody. But I thank God for letting me be in the position to see I was wrong. Y'all was right. God, so
I'm really, this is recording. I'm sorry. This is so rare.
It's rare.
Please have to call you every day.
But I was wrong. Right? Y'all was right. So if you're right, if I could change anything in my life, I would change and be a much better father and do what I need to do for my kids instead of what I need to do for myself. I would definitely do that. Someone asked me what's in the glass. This is bourbon.
That's a pretty bottle right there.
Oh, this one here? But this is not what I'm drinking, though. This is Bird Dog Blackberry. This is what's in this right here. Someone asked me Bird Dog Blackberry, y'all. It's time that most kids, it's time to work. But you know something, it's very tough for a man knowing that, especially when your dad did what he was supposed to do, and now you make a choice in your life, and you thinking the choice that you made was cool, and you're going to be able to get back to it. Then 1 year passed, and 2 years passed, and 3 years passes. Life happens, and you're trying to take care of a life in America. Then you got a life in Japan, and they're moving forward, and you're not moving forward with them. And you can do a little bit here, but you're not doing enough. And no excuse. I stepped in a pile that I was not able to handle, and it handled me. A lot of men do that, and we're not strong enough to talk about that out loud. We're not able to sometimes rebound from it. Sometimes females that don't have a baby mother like I have, right? I'm still a mother of my children. I hate the word baby mother, but a mother of my kids, they don't have someone that moves forward and still keep the man here or their father here in the standards of the kids. Ladies, I'm gonna say this: if you slept with a man and you think he's a decent dude, and you just know he didn't feel on hard times, you may not like when he's leaving, but you think he's a decent dude. He may be Joe Lockett, right? He may be carrying that regret. Leave the door open for your kids, not for you, but for your kids to get to know their father, because they need to be able to have that conversation with him and not be burdened with the feeling some kind of way because he did you a certain way. Let the son or the daughter figure out that between them, right? And don't give your kids your cross that you're carrying with. My kid's mother didn't do that. When I talk about them, you know what she told me? Because I was like, I be joking. So I said, I know you. I know your mom don't talk. She said, no. Mom always talk good about you. Mom always say this, or your dad this, and this, right? And she always talk about how you was very eager to learn how to speak Japanese and how she taught you to do certain things. She said, what you and mama have, that's between you and mama, but mama never talk anything bad about you. And both of my daughters have said that at separate times, being on the phone, not in the same room. They have said that to me when we've had deep conversations, because I've talked to my kids and I told them, anything you want to ask me, I'm an open book, right? Why I left, why I wasn't there, why I didn't send the money when you asked me to, and I said I was, I'm going to tell you the truth. Ask me, right? My oldest daughter, Dad, said, Dad, I don't care. You're here now.
They're great kids.
My oldest daughter, I said, baby girl,
great kids.
Because I wanted to have, because she knows me. I've been around her. We was together. And I said, I know there's some things you're frustrated me about, blah, blah, blah. We had the conversation. She was like, Dad, that was before. You're here now. I don't want to talk about that.
Great kids.
Right. So I told her, I said, if ever you want to talk about that, right, I'm going to tell you the truth. She said, Dad, I don't care. You're here now. Just be my dad. My youngest daughter, you're my dad. I love you. To hear your kids say that when you know what the hell you did, man, listen, y'all. Listen. I dare a woman try to stop me from doing what I got to do for my kids for the next couple of years.
I got him.
Huh?
I got him.
But you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, though, at the end of the day.
I wish one would.
Man, listen. When you hear that kind of stuff, y'all, these are conversations. I'm being transparent because a lot of men don't get to have these conversations, and we don't have these kind of conversations, but this is something we need to talk about too. There are men like myself that screwed the hell up. You effed up, right? And some men never get the chance to make right or don't know how to make right. My child's mom left room for me to make it right.
And your kids was open.
Yes. Yes. And I don't know if they will ever want to come on this camera when they come here or record to talk to y'all about it or say it in their own way that they want to say it, because I would love for them to do it. I'm going to talk to them about it. If they don't want to, I'm not going to make them. But I would love to have a conversation with my daughters on camera, even if it's not live, but to ask them the questions, right? And let them talk about everything. We can have that open conversation about the time Selena wanted some Jordans, and I said I was going to send the money. And I thought I was going to be sending, and the intentions that were good. The money never came. The mama wound up buying the Jordans. I was too embarrassed to call and say, you know what I'm saying, that I couldn't send the money because I couldn't make enough money in time to send her for when she needed the money for whatever sport she was getting ready to play, right? Those are things that I did. And a lot of men, we're afraid to say what the hell we screwed up on. What we say is, y'all say stand on business now, but what we used to say, I'm handling my business. You know what I'm saying? I handle it. I take care of mine. That's the thing. I'm like, no, you didn't, bro. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. It sounds good when you're talking to your friends and family about it. I got mine. I don't need your help. No, bro, you didn't. You didn't. You made a deal or something, but you didn't do everything what that woman asked you to do, right? And I still have to say for myself, as a black man, as a man, that I could have done a whole lot better. What should have happened, instead of me chasing my entrepreneurship and my dreams, I chose to chase that and get a second job. True.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm just saying, there were things I should have done better, but I did.
But I will say, and I know you're putting it out there, but I'll say just like they said, you're doing it now.
Yes.
And I'm proud of it.
Yes.
Because a lot of men won't. And it's not because they can't at this point, it's because of their pride. That sounds crazy.
It is, yeah, for sure. Erica says, how much is a plane ticket? A plane ticket is when I'm buying, I think it's about like $1,500 both ways. $1,500, $1,800, something like that.
And a lot of people spend that honestly in 1 month.
Yeah.
Just on stuff that you don't even need.
Yeah. But I told them both of them, I'm buying both of the plane tickets when they come here. They good. I'm okay now. So whatever they need, I got them. Erica says, why would a woman want to? A good woman would help facilitate the relationship.
Well, how do you?
I don't know. Because I think sometimes a good woman can be hurt so bad by that man that her emotions drive her to do things she may regret later. So
women act more so on emotions first. Unfortunately, a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Some like your kid's mom and myself. It didn't matter what he did.
Right.
It was about the kids, and a lot of people go back to the beginning. A lot of them are bitter, and it's about them. But nobody look at the child or the kids. They have to grow up.
The story goes so deep with their mother, right? And I'm not going to get into it here, but she had every right to die because I got her. Let me just say that. As a man, right? Back in my day, for what was done to her by me, she had every right to do the opposite of what she did. I can't say it no clearer. I was not right. I was no good. I lied to her, and I put her in a very uncompromising situation during the time when we were dating, when we were talking. I lied to her, right? And I got her caught up in some stuff she should have never been in because I was no good at that time. Right. And she had every right, seriously. And I couldn't have been mad. Couldn't have been mad for what I put her through. God blessed me to have 2 children with the same woman. He blessed me to find a good woman, even though it was in a different country. I found the best woman in Japan to have kids with. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, he was looking out for you.
Man, when I say
out for you.
Man, when I say what I did and what she did.
Yeah, I know.
Listen.
I wanted to knock the crap out.
Joe, you blessed with a chance to want to make things right. My son's dad died before he could. Yes, I'm very blessed. And the reason why I'm telling my story, because number one, I'm transparent. I'm not afraid of it anymore because I think my story will help someone else. And I'm so sick and tired of people trying to tell you their glory, but never tell you their story. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to live in my glory. You know, we're going to be successful. Things are going great for me right now. Lord is blessing me. But don't think that these things did not come without trials and tribulations and me being petty, me being an asshole, me being narcissistic, me screwing over people, me doing the wrong things. I did all of that.
Did?
Yes. Yes. I try to be the best person I can. Yeah. But I'm saying right now, I can honestly say, I'm an asshole. I'm still an asshole. Right. I'm still that. But as far as treating people right, I'm an asshole. But now I try to be a better. I don't screw people over.
I love my ass.
Right. I appreciate it. I love you too. But I don't screw people over anymore. I don't enter things. I don't lie to people. I try to be the best person I can. I'm not perfect, right? But the guy that I used to be, I'm not that guy anymore. And it took a lot to change me from that person.
You should be. None of us should be.
But some of us still are. We hold on to it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, some of us still hold on to it because whatever that is for you, that's your demon, that's your cross you got to carry. But I think a lot of times when we do these shows, right, people see this and what's about to come with me and Lockett in Media, people going to see all of that. But I want my true day oneers to understand the guy that you see in front of you, the team, the people that's working with us, we all got a story to tell, right? Study our story and look at our glory, but study the story because our story is yours. And wherever you see us doing, right, you can be better. So listen to our show today. You can be better. If you're a trashy, no good deadbeat dad, you can be better. If you're a mother who's been blocking the baby daddy from seeing their kid, I'll let Denise say what you need to do.
But let's clear this up. Sure. I never blocked mine, okay?
But if they did.
But if you did, then you really need to you need to handle yourself.
But how do a woman get past her bitterness to open up the door for that man that did nothing?
You need to pray about that. Okay. There is nothing that neither of us can say. You need to pray about that, and you take that to God or whoever your God is. You need to take it there because if you love your child, you're gonna have to love every part of your child, and that father is a part of that child, regardless if you want him to be or not. He's in that child.
Right.
So when you're looking at your child, I don't care if he may look like you. It's something in that child that's the image of his father. So if you love your child, you have to pray about it and open up. Yeah. Because I don't dislike my kid's dad. We were very young, and we would converse here and there now, but that had nothing to do with me. Those are your kids. And I'm never gonna take that away. I can't take that away.
But D, I think some men want to do the right thing.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't. He did say, and I will put mine out there. I'm very open.
Sure.
That my daughter wasn't his because she was too dark, and his mother said the same in the room. Okay. And my daughter actually heard that. Oh, wow. And I didn't know this until she was 16 and had a problem about her complexion.
Oh, wow.
So any woman would be like, oh, he can't be around. That's for her. She's 28 years old now. And I'm still not going to, I would never come between that. That's for her to discuss with him. That's for him to discuss with her. I never closed that door. My second child with him, he's only seen one time in his life. He was 3. He gave him $1 and turned back around and started talking to my daughter. My son he's an amazing young man. He's 25 and he's 26. I got a bunch of them. He gives his father a conversation when he calls him. He answers the phone. But he's a good child. I mean, he's a grown man, but he's a good child. So I could have easily just dismissed all that. Right. What? Because people don't understand there's a thing called karma. And if I would have done that, I have to let God handle him. Right. I can't do that. Right. Because then it's gonna fall on me.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this, ladies, to put y'all mind at ease. When a man know that child is his, and he's not doing the right thing, it helps with him. Okay? Let me tell y'all, ladies, this: any man that got kids out there, right, by another woman, and you think that he don't care about your kid, it helps with him. Okay, it has to, because at some point when he sees a man with his kids, like I have, when he see a little girl, if he got a little girl, if he got a little boy, and they're happy, and they see somebody's kid doing something great, the first thing that you think about is the kid you did not take care of, the kid that you didn't do. And so sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, men that have drinking problems or drug problems, it ain't because of those issues. It's because of what they didn't do for their kids.
Because they have to get old.
Yeah, and the guilt kills them. The guilt, like I'm telling you, man, listen, if I want to stay busy, you know how bad I have beat myself up over the years of what I didn't do. But everybody kept saying, Joe, your time will come. It'll work itself out. But I have beat myself, and I don't want any pity and empathy from anybody. It ain't for y'all to do. I just beat myself over the head because I knew better. And I always felt that, there would be time. But when I looked up, man, it was 20 years. You know what I'm saying? It was 15 years that passed, right? You get caught up in your life. And sometimes as a man, this sounds horrible, but this is the truth. You just start living your life because they're not there. It's not that you forgot about them, but you just start living your life and time passes, right? You do a little bit here, you do a little bit there, right? And no excuse. You're deadbeat. I'm gonna raise my hand on that, right? And you have to live with that. But as a man, I would say to any man, right? At some point, you're gonna answer for what you did.
So I have to throw this in here. You may not agree with me on this one, but
sure.
Then don't allow a woman to come between you and your children. Okay. There are some, they find this woman, and this woman is old teen you, and this woman started talking and putting negative things in your head about your child or your kids. I have seen it happen more than once. And I actually have someone who I was very close with. This happened. The kids don't even converse with their dad now, and 1, 2, 3 of them are still kind of young. Because of this woman. Because of this woman. But she moved her kids in with him, and he don't want to have anything to do with his children. I have a problem with that. I know a lot of women or people always say you have to watch a man when around your kids and watch a man and a man to do. You got some evil women out here.
Yeah.
You have some evil, bitter women out here. And because they don't have their kid's dad and their kid's life, they don't want you to have a relationship with yours.
Or they want you to do more for
their
kid than they do for yours. Or
and
they want
in this case, some want you to
somebody
simply do for
somebody
them.
Say you must be talking about my children's father.
Probably. But they want you to put everything on them, meaning that woman.
Yeah.
So you can buy her, pay them $10 shoes, but I want this $500 purse.
Well, this is what I got a problem with, dude. If a man is doing something for his kids, your kid don't deserve the same as what I'm doing for my daughter.
Truth be told,
right? Because
they really don't.
Because if the baby mama, the child's mom is taking care of my daughter, but your kid is living in my house, right? Let me say this again to you, ladies, that get this twisted, because some of y'all really got life messed up when it comes to men and when they got kids with a woman or before you came into the picture and you move you and your child into his house or they move into you, whatever, how that situation is. His first responsibility
is his children.
Is his child, not yours. Your child's father's first responsibility is y'all child. Y'all got to stop making the man that's living in the house or the house you're living in with that man be the man, the father for your child that you have with another man, because the other person is deadbeat and you saying your child feels some kind of way. That's your fault, ladies. Your child should never feel some kind of way about what I'm doing for my kid. That ain't, I'm going to do for your kid, but your kid may not get what I'm giving my daughters.
But you know the first thing they say, well, you once you accept my child, they should be equal. But honestly, let's be real about out here, ladies. No, it's not equal. It's not equal.
In best case scenarios, you want it to be, and it may be able to be. But I'm going to be honest with you. If I got to make a choice between my daughter and your child,
my kids don't eat.
Exactly. Now your kids may get a piece of that.
A benefit,
right?
And be grateful for the fact, but I'm not obligated to do anything for your child.
Exactly.
So that should be real about it. Obligation, that's between you and the seed.
Yeah.
But I accept because I want to. I'm not going to treat your child like a step Cinderella.
No.
However, if I want to buy my child Jordans, I can buy my child Jordans.
But because
I'm not obligated.
This is what I get really frustrated with women when men go out and buy their kids expensive things, but when they come home, right, they expect him to do the same thing for this child here because you got another child. No, I don't.
That's your child.
No, I don't.
Now, if I just have to do it, then hey, appreciate it.
Exactly.
But I'm not obligated.
Your child is living in if your child is living in my house, right, and I'm buying and paying food for all this other stuff. Your child is getting something that my kids don't get from me, and which is way more important than them damn Jordans that I bought. They got my time. They can walk in and say, "Hey, Joe, can you help me with this? Joe, can you take me here?"
Correct.
My daughter is in a different, living with their mom. That's completely different. They got some Jordans that they look at, but they ain't got me. But a lot of you ladies, so jealous, right, that you want to make sure that whatever he's doing, you make that man feel so guilty that you make that man try to do whatever he's doing for his child that you think your child deserves. And I gotta ask y'all a question, ladies. I'm really being serious. Why don't you do that to the baby's real father?
What's that show? We had a show and a young lady called in and she was saying how her husband was doing extra on the outside. That kind of piggybacks off of that.
Yeah,
it really does.
But because they say that he's giving more this, and I'm gonna say, you don't dictate to me what I do for my kids. Number one, I'm sorry.
They get you quick up at the
Right.
door.
That would get your ass fired and divorced from me very quickly, right? I understand when you marry this man, right? There's a responsibility to you and your child. As long as you got a roof over your head, food on the table, and the bills are paid, that's my responsibility to your child. It don't say where they get extra Jordans because my child got Jordans. It don't say that because I gave my daughter extra $100 that I got to give your child, our child in the house $100. That's not what that's about. You would love for everything to be equal. But let me ask y'all, ladies and gentlemen, this. Are women going to do for my child the same thing you're going to do for your child? If you had to choose,
there's going to be some excuses on that.
Exactly. I get it. Some women say, I will, I'm going to do it. I try. No, you won't. You're going to make sure the child you gave that came out of your canal, you're going to make sure that he or she is taken care of first and foremost. What's left over or what you can share, you're going to give to my child.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what you're going to do.
Let's just be
when
real.
I'm not in that room and there is one slice of pizza or two slices of pizza, and you know how many slices of pizza there is, 9 times out of 10, you're going to make sure your kid gets the biggest slice. Okay? That's what parents are supposed to do. That's what a parent's supposed to do. You take care of your child. You look after the other child. Every parent should understand that. And ladies, in my humble opinion, and fellas, you got to stop falling for the okie doke. Don't never let a woman divide you from your kids. I don't give a damn how good, how fine she is. Never let a woman, if a woman is trying to divide you from your kids, right, she is no good for you. Because the only thing she's looking out for is her best interest and her child's best interest. And you got to be very leery of a woman that keep throwing your kids up in your face about what you, if a woman is throwing up your kids in your face all the time about what you're doing for your kids, leave her.
Or making your kids out to be the bad person.
Yes.
Kids.
Right.
And I don't like, especially when that's all that child has. Like these kids, he was actually the only parent for these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom went through she was out.
Right.
And he was taking care of his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And those kids they're great kids.
Uh-huh.
In this case, they are amazing children, smart,
mm-hmm.
Just amazing kids.
Right.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. You have to watch who you allow in your bed.
Yes. And
you have to watch.
And you got to listen to a man or a woman's words. Anytime a man or a woman is trying to divide you, and some men, they have this issue where they want you to love them more than you love your own kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They try to come between you and your kid, right? Ladies, y'all got to stop allowing men to do that. Because men have a tendency to come in and see that you are a motherly figure to your kids, right? And you give your kids more attention than you give him as the boyfriend. And they try to come in between it and put things into your head. Mm-hmm. Be a mom first. Be a girlfriend second.
Red flags that we overlook because the sex is good, or because
there you go.
And they're just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's okay when that is gone.
Right.
And I'm not saying, oh well, let's look at wife. She make it to the wife stage, or he make it to the husband stage. Mm-hmm. When that's gone, because we do get old.
Right.
What then?
I think a parent's responsibility is first and foremost to their child, especially while your child is a child. You got to do what's best for those kids, man, because a kid never asked to be here. And when you chose to lay down with that woman, somebody eventually is going to take responsibility for that kid. The dad, the father, or the sister. Right. And you got to make sure these days when you got your kids in your life, we got to reprioritize what's going on, because me now teaching in schools, I've been in schools for a minute, but I'm in there weekly now. The things that I see of these young kids, and it's bad. There used to be a time when high school was worse than middle school. You go to middle school now, And middle school is way worse, double worse, sometimes triple time worse than the kids in high school. Because what's happening now, the kids in middle school that are bad, they get kicked out, get put in jail, or they're no longer here with us. The good kids that make it out of middle school are not going to high school. The kids are getting worse in middle school coming from home. This is 6th, 7th, 5th, 6th, and 7th graders, right? These kids, these are babies. But because of whatever happened, I don't know, but whatever happened in the last decade or so, right? Something has changed to where these kids no longer respect teachers, education, or authority. And they're allowed to get away with this. And when they come to school, learning is nowhere near a priority anymore. Our kids that are in the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade cannot spell. Some of them cannot write their name. And most of our kids cannot read.
Well, you have to, and people, and it's crazy because Facebook as a tool has caused a lot of issues out here, but it's called a village. And someone asked me, like, where did the village go? The village left out the same door that the parents, mainly mamas, came in saying, don't say nothing to my child. So when you start this at 1, 2, 3, because that's where it starts.
Okay.
You don't want anybody to discipline or say anything to your child. Village, back when I was coming up, even with my kids.
Yes.
If you see mine doing something, even now, they're grown.
Bust their ass.
Hey, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Now, if you say something to somebody's children, who you talking to? You ain't talking to my child. So that plays a part. The village. When it comes to writing, spelling, they have this thing called phones. You're giving your child coming out the womb a phone. So they do shorthand texting.
Right.
So they don't have to spell. They shorthand, like, what you're doing. They're doing, they're shorthanding texting, so they don't know how to spell.
Right.
When it comes to reading, they're watching videos. Who reads?
Man.
They're taking books out of the schools.
Man.
I mean, let's just put it out here. And even when it comes to taking care of your things, when we were growing up, we did have to clean up. I don't know about your household. We had to clean up, and especially on Saturday morning, we don't lay in no bed. Who lay in the bed? Now, I have a friend, and she's like, "Oh, it's 1 in the morning, afternoon, and your child still laying in bed." Oh, what? And having these homeschooling, half y'all need to go back to school. Here, and she's trying to homeschool. So it's a lot of stuff that's put into this pot that's creating these kids who's supposed to be rulers of the world when we get to what age?
Yeah.
Like, it's several things. That's what's going on. That's why these kids can't read. That's why you can't say anything to these children. Because if you say something to me, my mama says she's gonna come and kick you. That's what's going on. And that's the truth.
I'm just gonna say this to y'all parents, right?
Your issue.
When you're sitting with your child, pick up a book, magazine, and tell them to read it to you.
They don't even know how to read.
Okay, but I'm just being honest.
I'm being honest.
But if y'all think I'm lying, right? And you have a kid, right? And you're in your 20s or 30s right now, and you think your child is all of that, right? Tell your kid right now, come here, pick up a magazine or a book, right? And read a paragraph to you.
They don't know.
And then tell him or her to explain what they just read. Number 1. Number 2, tell your child to write your name, their name, and their father's name down and spell it out. This was really, it hurt me when I was working with these kids. This kid is in the 7th grade, and he was writing out some things. And he asked me, how do you spell honor? I said, 7th grade. He said,
I got one belt.
He said, how do you spell honor, right? And this is what I said to him. I said, so how do you think I spell it? And I'm not gonna put it at how he spelled it, right?
Please tell me.
Huh?
How do you spell it?
ONR, right? Or something to that effect. And I told him, I said, no. I said, the H is silent. Then I told him HON. I said, oh, but I'm sitting there thinking and watching because he really didn't know how to spell it. But here's the thing about it. When they're in front of somebody that's trying to help them, they were trying to do what I asked them to do. They couldn't rise up to the occasion to do what I was asking them to do with something on the 3rd grade level. And they was in the 7th grade. This is why I say, y'all parents, some of y'all are trash when it comes to teaching and making sure you. When I went to school as a child, there's a couple things my parents made sure that I knew at home. How to count to 10. I knew my ABCs. I knew my mama name, my daddy name. I knew my name. I knew my telephone number. I knew my address to where I lived at. 304 St. Charles Avenue, Southwest Birmingham, Alabama, 35211. Patriot Lockett, Joey Lockett Sr. My brother's name is Bernard Lockett, and my name is Joey Lockett Jr. I knew those things when I was 5 years old. My mom bought me books of Cat in the Hat. Before, when I got out of school, I had to sit down in the kitchen while she was cooking and read.
And then comprehend.
And
because you can read all day.
Yes. And mama would say, what did the cat do? And man, my mama had a backhand that wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Listen, what did my mama say? I ain't raising no dumbass child. I'll be damned if you're going to be in school making me look bad and you can't read or spell your name or say your ABCs. That was my mama.
You represent
mantra.
me.
You represent me. That was my
make me look stupid.
That was the mantra back then.
Mine used to make us write papers.
Yeah.
7th grade, real talk, not 7th, 6th, 7th year. My mom would make us read and write what we read, what we think of it. Man, you made me.
But you see what I'm saying? But here's the crazy part. Back when I was growing up, what was going on in my household was going on in every household on that street.
But you think it's just your household.
But everybody.
But you think it's just your household.
But if you put it, if you could be a group of man, every child during that time between 3 and 4 o'clock, every mama or daddy had their kids.
Are you in the house?
And doing your homework.
See,
But think about it.
It was something serious.
Because
outside and don't know where you at.
Oh no,
don't know where you at.
Oh,
but see, in my household though, if they would say, and I actually ended up doing my kids.
Right.
If I look out that window and I can't see you, we got a problem.
Oh, that was a huge problem.
So it wasn't going down the street or around the block to Suzanne's house.
Yeah.
The person who I was just speaking of, as far as the kids, so I was there, and when you said reading, this little boy was 11 at the time. This was 2 years ago. 11 years old. If y'all know what grade that is, look it up. But he was 11 years old. So he would have these D's, F's, and this particular progress report.
He was in 6th grade.
11 years old, D's, F, and he had 1 C, and the 1 C was in social studies, if I'm not mistaken, or history. I have this listed on his progress report. So I said, "Oh my goodness, your mom is gonna get you." And he was like, he could call me auntie. And he was like, "Auntie, you will help me?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, why you got?" It was dealing with reading. So I said, "Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit here and we're gonna read every day."
Okay.
So we started the following day. He stopped reading, and I said, "Why did you stop?" He said, "I don't know this word." I said, he was 11, okay?
Right.
I said, "What word?" And he said, "This word." So he points to the word. And I said, "Baby, sound that out." Because I want him to sound it out. And he said, I don't know the word, TT. And I said, baby, that's cat. CAT. It's cat.
Wow.
And 11 years old now. And so I talked to his mom and I was like, hey, you really need to, sit down and talk to him. Like, ask him what is his rough patches, go on, yada, yada. And you also need to sit and read. Let him read out. If it's just one sentence at a time, just let him read it out. And then ask him what that sentence meant to him. So she said, girl, I'd be tired. Okay, but we have to do this. These are our kids. So fast forward, I went over there the following week. I'm coming in, and I look over to the left in the room that they were sitting in, and she's sitting there like she was bored, tired, didn't want to deal with it while he's reading to her. And maybe about 15, 20 minutes after that, she comes out and she comes to where we were sitting at, and I was like, how did he do? And she said, girl, I can't sit there listening to him read. Fast forward that was 2 years ago. So about a year ago, a year passed. I found out the reason why you didn't want to sit there and listen to him read was because she didn't really know how to read. That's a problem. And if you know you have issues reading, no, this is my fur baby. This is her ashes. Some of her ashes are there in my ring. Anyway, so my thing was, if you don't know how to read, then hey, just say I need some help. That's number one. Because if you don't know how to say it, if you're too prideful, then what are you doing for your child? You're nothing to your child. Yeah. She would. She'd rather him be like her. Fast forward, you know how I know women, we've heard this before. Some women go and look for men as a plan, others look for them as, companionship. She's one of those moms or women who look for a man as a plan. So she don't have to know how to read for her. She wants a man to take care of her, and she found one, a dummy. And he is. I love him to death. I love him until the day he died. But I couldn't continue to be around that because she's also the woman who has caused an issue between him and his children. So, yeah, I have a problem with that. Yeah, I don't know why you got me. I look at me and say, y'all excuse me. But yeah, she has a problem. She has a problem with that. And I'm with you. I want my kids better than me. My daughter right now, she's amazing. Y'all, some stuff she be doing is saying, I have no idea. But my daughter, I have a 28, 26, and a 21-year-old. They're doing amazing. Honestly, better than me. And I'm okay with that. I am so okay with that because we want our kids to do better. We should want our kids to do better. I push mine. Even where they are, I still push my kids because I want them to do better than me. Our parents wanted us to do better than them. Whether I'm better than my mom or not, I don't know. I just do what I have to do. But we should want that. Well, fast forward, he got his report card. And so he showed me his report card. And he had all D's. And I think it was 2 F's. And I said to him, I said his name, and I said, your mom is going to kill you. Fast forward, later on that night, he came down to where I was, and I said, what did your mom say about your report card? And she said, oh, well, at least you don't have all F's this time. Yeah. Yeah. And I couldn't do anything about that. One, because I'm not his mom. I couldn't chastise her on that because she's a grown woman. She was a year under me. I can't, and he was excited about it. That's the problem. Oh, And later on, yeah, he was in there playing that PlayStation. That's a problem. Now, my friend, yeah, he's still living. Yeah, he's still living. He was 11 at the time, so now he's 13. Oh, okay, Yolanda. So his children, the guy's kids were absolutely amazing. All A's, scholarships. His little girl at the time, she was 7. Okay, mind you, the little boy was 11. His little girl was 7, not with her. She came home. Her report card was all A's, and she received a C in conduct. She got on her case. She made a C in conduct. I made C's and D's in conduct. Honestly, I'm in law school now. So hey, those C's in conduct, most attorneys usually have low grades in conduct. But she got on her case because she had a C in conduct. All A's now, and her son had all F's and 2 D's. But what did you sometimes do? Okay, anyway, so when her dad came home, who was my friend, she told him, said the little girl's name and said she made a C in conduct. The dad ended up punishing her. Again, all A's, a C in conduct. And this is a 7-year-old, okay? Well, I did talk back to the teacher, right? Sometimes I did. But my parents were the ones, because they would do this, would show up in the door. And I would tell my parents that no, the teacher just didn't like me. This is my 3rd grade. And this one particular day, I'm turned around with chewing gum, because back then we couldn't chew chewing gum in the class and chew gum in the class. And I'm turned around just talking, had on a dress, had my legs up in the chair. I turned back around, my parents were in the doorway. That's another piece that we don't do these days. We don't go and check on those kids. We don't go up to that school. The parents can't even reach half of us unless you took our kid's phone. That's a problem. So yes, I did. I didn't really talk back to the teacher until I got to 6th grade. And that lady had a phone in her room that she would call our parents. And when I found that out, I had to see some of that as well. Some schools don't allow parents in them. A lot of them do. But I guess for me, when my kids were coming up, they knew I didn't play it. I'm going to be with my kids when they were right. I was going to be with my kids when they were wrong. The teacher sent me an email about my baby boy. I don't play that, because when you send me an email, especially when I'm at work, I politely signed off, went home, got the belt, went to the office, signed in with the belt in my hand. They already knew what was up. As long as I didn't beat them, kill them, I told that little behind up in the boys' restroom, sent his behind back to class. My baby was in the 4th grade. He's 21. Never did they have to call me again. That's another issue that we have, because you can't whoop your kids. You can't discipline your kids in any other way. You can't yell at your kids, or that's mental. It's time out. And then people wonder what's going on with the kids. Yeah, Erica, because I would volunteer as well. When the school know you, especially, don't just show up there when your kids have done something and the teacher or principal, whomever, has gotten onto your child. That's what they don't want in the schools. I have a sister; she's a school resource officer, and these parents don't care about these kids anymore. But let you take that phone, and the kids' parents want to come up there and say something. That's a whole problem. That is a huge problem. But volunteer at these schools, you're helping your child. See, what did you say? Yeah, but this is the thing though. Visiting the school about a C, we should have had some visits prior, or we should try to get in front of that. They still send progress reports home or online these days, because when I was, my kids, they would send them home on the little computer sheet. When I was in school, how we used to change some grades, but my parents were so involved, they knew. But they have progress reports. They still have that every so many weeks. Keep up with what your kids are doing. Ask your kids, hey, how is school? We don't even have those conversations with our kids anymore. What we talk about is what you're wearing to prom, how much that dress is, 2,500, what this boy doing, how that hair doing, how long you want it this time, you want your nails longer. That's what we talk about. We don't talk about grades. We don't talk about, hey, what is it that you want to, do when you finish school? Are you wanting to go to college? Do you want to take a trade school? We don't talk about that kind of stuff anymore. Okay, so Erica, are your kids treated better when you're involved? They do, because they know they have that they know they have a parent that cares. And what's crazy is you have some kids will do what I say before they'll do what their parents say. And it's not because they have that respect for me because they know I care about them. Okay. Kids, when they know somebody cares, when they know that someone cares for them or care about what they're doing, they do respect you. A lot of these kids don't respect their parents because one, the parents don't respect the kids. Two, the parents don't even respect themselves and they don't care. Yeah. It's okay for your child's grade to slide. We slide in life. But as long as you on it to see, hey, what's going on? What do I need to do? What do we need to do? And get them back on track. I used to tell my kids, you're going to be stronger you may be stronger in one grade or, class than you are the other. And it's okay. It is okay. As long as I know that you're trying, if you get a C, you get a C because a grade don't make the person. Okay. I tell people when it comes to school, yes, I'm all A's right now, but I'm probably gonna hit some C's and some D's around there. If you come to my office for me to represent you and you just kill somebody, you ain't gonna care about what I made in school. You just want to come to my office. So hey, it is what it is when it comes to grades to me. But D's and F's never can. I don't play it. D mean you're dumb, and F mean I can't see it. What I would used to say on here because I don't want to get you in trouble. But yeah, this slide, it's okay to slip and slide sometimes. That's us. That's life, but you have to get back on that horse. Correct. I'm with you, Aqua Woman. I'm with you on that one. Absolutely with you on that one. The parents don't run the school. They don't. No one really runs the school. The school is just a building. The parents can be active in the school. The kids active in the school. The teachers active in the school. But we have to have everybody on the same path. We can't have the parents saying no and the child saying no and the teacher saying yes. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, you're right. But it's not going to work. I mean, I'm only speaking because I have three and I raised them by myself. My mom and my dad, I had both parents in my household. They didn't play the radio with us when it came to grades or school. Like I was saying before, Joe, my parents, we would read, and my mom was big on writing. We had to turn around and write what we read. We went to the zoo one time, and my mom made us write a paper on the zoo. Like we did some stuff at the time. It's like, now why are we having to do this crap? But I'm okay. Looking back at it, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh, okay. Well, the superintendent, yeah, they're over the school, but at the end of the day, it's like the president. But the president only can do so much. The people can only do so much. So it just takes a village. It takes that entire circle to run that school. Actually, a friend of mine is actually a superintendent here, so it does. It takes that circle, and we're losing it. We are losing this fight, and it's only our fault. But that's just me. That's that nerdy part of me. That's that nerdy part of me. I'm really big when it comes to education, and So this code of conduct, what exactly do you mean by that? I mean, yeah, they need to follow the code of conduct. Any rule, any law need to be followed. But that's in schools. So I will take that and just flip it over to real world. Real world, we need to follow some things. So yes, they need to, and they need to be taught this is what you need to follow. But the parents need to follow up behind that. You can't say you have to follow the code of conduct and the parents aren't doing it, and then they see the parents doing things like not following the law. Um, that's the issue for me. But absolutely, be the boss. The schools always ask for parents to be involved. They do. They really do. They can't handle these kids alone. They have a teacher shortage here. I don't know about any of you, but they do. They have a teacher shortage because nobody want to be in those schools anymore. Why? It's not really just the child, it's the parent. Because if you say them to the child, then the parent has an issue. You got to deal with the parent. I wouldn't be a teacher right now if you paid me triple. Not because I wouldn't want to teach these kids or help these kids. It's because of the foolishness that I have to deal with dumbass parents. And I don't have the patience for it. Just come to me when you shoot somebody in the head and I can represent you. That's how I see it. But it is sad because you have some great kids out here. You have great kids. Erica, right? I do too. They left it. They left it. It was just too much. And my thing is, okay, if they're leaving like that, what will we have left? Um, School, what is it? Homeschooling. I personally don't believe in that. Um, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. And I think COVID showed a lot of parents that they don't need to do that because a lot of grades did drop. A lot of grades dropped. Um, I have someone right now, and her child is homeschooled. And I went over there, and her daughter was on the sofa laying down watching TV. And I said, "Oh, I said, is this recess time?" This was like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, "Is this recess time?" And she was like, "Oh God, no." She do what she do. Who do what they do? And yes, I did. I had to say something, and she got a little ass on up. And you need to go in and do what you're supposed to do. And her mom, my friend, she's so sweet, but you can't let your kids run over you like that either. Yeah, go to school. She need to go back to school. Um, and okay, so being on your last leg, just pray about it. You know, just pray about it. Just pray about that because we need more of you, and eventually things will pan out. I pray they do. But we need those, we need the ones who really want to be there, not just the ones who's there for a paycheck. Because from what I hear, you don't get paid a whole lot anyway. But we really do need, if that's your passion, or is that your passion? If that's your passion, is God really telling you to leave? Really listen. Because if that's your passion, maybe just that school, or maybe just that class, but if that's your passion, do what you have to do. Passion is something that when you have a passion for something, you're going to do it whether you get paid for doing it or not. I love law, absolutely love it. I love real estate, absolutely love it. Um, if I had, and one reason why I'm going into law or trying to complete this is because there are a lot of Black people who don't have money and they need someone to represent them. You have a lot of people right now sitting in those jails that are not guilty. It's a passion of mine. So you might not have the money for me to represent you, but I'm gonna do it anyway because we need that. That's when you know you have a passion. Oh girl, I needed you earlier. So yeah, I hate computers, but I have to do what I have to do. But I needed you earlier. So okay, so if that's something that you're in, how about work for a community maybe? But just don't get out of it. Just don't get out of it. Okay, don't do that. We need that. We need you. And I say we because we are in this together. We really do need you. So maybe try a different grade or a different school or maybe an outreach center. Oh really? What would that business consist of? Like what will you be giving us? Because we might have to talk. I work a lot with VA when it comes to home buying. So that's why I asked. I think I asked for everybody. I didn't want to come on here as a snooty. Okay. Well, how about this? How about you inbox me on Facebook, D'_NISE, and then the last name is CURIER. And as soon as I come off of here, just hit me up. If not, then inbox Joe, and then I'll tell him to get it over to me so we can connect. Okay. So just letting you know, yeah, I act the fool, but I'm about that life when it comes to education. And especially as a Black woman, I don't play about it. My kids know I don't play about it. My daughter right now, she was actually the first Black valedictorian at her high school. Her and her husband now have an amazing business that I always share, which is Dabney and Company, located in Kalamazoo, Michigan, downtown Kalamazoo, Michigan. And that's Dabney and Company, DABNEY and Company. Thank you. I can't tell Joe. Joe get on my nerves. Okay, it is D'_NISE, and the last name is CURIER. Thank you. Thank you all. But yeah. I actually need to connect with one, but she's gonna inbox me. She's building a VA business. She's building Aquawoman.
Aquawoman, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to talking to you. She's building a VA business.
Okay.
You know, I deal with VA a lot.
Yeah.
Real estate. So
right.
We're gonna.
Yeah,
Like I said, yeah, we're gonna connect.
Cool.
That's what's up.
Awesome.
That's what's up. So anyway, you all have your host back. I think I've said enough.
You did a good job. Man, I was just sitting back in the background. I was coming back, but you held it down.
Well, we were actually talking because so Aquawoman, she's like on her last leg on teaching.
Okay.
And we don't need that.
Right.
We need every last one, every last teacher we can get. We need every person that we can get.
But when I'm in these schools, D, I see what she sees. I'm in there every week now, right? And there are teachers quitting left and right because learning is no longer the objective, right? Your baby now school and
it's just babysitting.
It's babysitting,
and they're there only because if you don't go, I'm gonna get locked up. That's really it.
Pretty much right now, unfortunately, that's what this has become. And it's going to take a few more years before it really catches up to what it is. But these kids, it's only a few kids in there. It's more kids now disturbing the class than there is kids that's trying to actually learn in certain schools.
I'm a piggyback off of that. And before, since we don't have long, I was watching a video, these young kids, and we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. And today I saw a video of this. The little boy seemed like he was maybe 15, 16, and he was working at Popeyes. And the lady went through the drive-thru and she changed her order. Okay. When she got to the window, she hadn't paid yet, and she changed up what she wanted. And so she told the young man that she changed her order and could she order something else. He said he closed the window, which he did kind of rudely, and another young woman came to the window.
Right.
She looked like she was roughly maybe 17, 18.
Right.
And the attitude this girl had with the customer was ridiculous. This was just one I saw today. We were talking about, like I said previously, when we're talking to these kids, just connecting with the kids here.
Right.
We're teaching. Well, let me go before I go there. When I was reading the comments under the video, there were so many saying, Yeah, they should close the door, close the window in her face. Yeah, she shouldn't have changed her mind. I mean, just you're condoning what these kids are saying and doing.
Mhm.
When I went to Dollar Tree and it was a young girl and she's in there. Don't be on the phone when I'm in here. I hate when you're on the phone
Yeah.
and we're in line, but
Yeah.
you're on the phone.
Yeah.
When we're not teaching, and it goes hand in hand because these kids that are in school talking any kind of way, they're getting these little jobs and they leave them left and right. Like, you don't tell me what to do. This is what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
So education, respect, responsibility, all that stuff goes hand in hand. And I'm like, and y'all wonder why they cutting all these jobs off and getting robots?
Yeah.
Robots in, who's gonna pay your rent? These attitudes of these children, it's time out.
Well, I'll be honest, just to be honest right now, this next generation, they're screwed. I don't know what they're going to do for work.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to make money, right? But AI is here. That's not going to be stopped. So the way what corporate's going to look like for them, what the future's going to look like for them, how they're going to make their money, because everybody's not going to be able to be a content creator or go on YouTube or do
that's
Twitch.
The world. That's their real thing. That's their job now.
Yeah, but everybody is not going to be able to do that. Everybody's not going to be able to survive at that. We're in an era right now that you're going to make a name for yourself and you're going to make your money. But when this era is over, everything will be virtual. But that world that they're creating on the virtual world is not going to be real money. And it's not going to be what it is today. So the way you're living now is going to be completely different than what your parents are living, the way you're living now. And it's not going to be a career, right? You're going to be going back and forth. And like I said, you think you're living on a phone now. What they're driving us to, and this is not me being no conspiracy theorist, they're driving us to being connected to the internet 24/7, doing some kind of creation, some kind of building, some kind of getting people to come to this world that these corporations are creating, where you can be in a virtual world with your friends, shopping, going to boxing matches, watching movies, all of this stuff you're gonna
No
need to do.
social skills.
None whatsoever. So once you take those goggles off, the only thing you're gonna want to do is sleep. When you want to go do anything, because think about it, everything is going to come to your house. You're going to be seeing everything in those.
We don't even go shopping anymore.
Exactly.
Because it really, like, how you have something and it's like, wow, I need this shirt. Well, where I'm gonna go to look for
all these buildings and all these things that we see right now are going to be storage facilities for stuff they're sending to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not going to go out and do anything besides probably eat. As far as socializing, we may go to each other's house, but there won't be for us to socialize with our kids, whatever. We would put on these little goggles, right, or glasses, and we would see them, right, and we would be in the same room, feel like he's right there with them, watching.
You know what? Honestly, because these days now, when I'm with my kids, they know we don't do phones.
Right.
We kind of came to that. We don't do phones. Mm-hmm. But you would have somewhere they'll text right in the room. Yeah. And I'm not talking about just the kids. I'm talking about mom and dad. Like, you're texting.
You're trying to sit right there.
Same room.
Yep.
My girlfriend and my brother, they don't talk on the phone. Everything is a text. I don't do business through text. We can do emails when it's turned, but let's pick up this phone, because one thing about texting, a word, a letter, it can
we can tell different screwed. Yeah.
But these are grown people.
Yeah.
So what do we expect these kids to do?
For sure.
Social Security, what is that?
It's after you and me, I think we maybe got one. If we make it through, if we live it through this generation here, but that's what we see now. I don't know what it's going to look like for my grandkids. For my daughters, they're going to, but my grandkids and my great grandkids, I have no idea. They're going to be into something entirely different, and the world will survive. It's just going to be different than what we expect it to be, and they're going to have to figure out what that looks like for them when it comes to learning social skills, because you're not going to need learning anymore. You're going to have a computer. So how does that actually work for you? And where are you needed in this society? I don't know what that looks like.
The only thing I could say from when because you're older than I am, but I'm still trying. If anybody can help me out, the only thing I want to know is, why did I have to learn algebra?
Okay, there's a lot of things I had to ask why I have to learn, but I think some of those things when we were going to
I should
school.
have just stayed home watching Jackson.
But you know something, I tell you, this is my really, my summation of it is there were kids that were prone to need that for the career they were going.
Absolutely.
So,
but
I think everybody had to be exposed to it to find out who. I don't like it. I'm with you, but I think right now when we went to school, it was to figure out and help build the world out. You know what I'm saying? For what was needed in society, and we needed more of those people. Now, I think a lot of this stuff is really not needed anymore. But I do believe school now should be really basic skills.
Should be basic.
Basic skills. I think kids need to at least be able to read, write.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that, basic skills. History, I think they should know. But I do believe parents should not leave history up to the schools. I think you should need to teach your kids history also.
Aren't they taking some stuff dealing with history out?
Yeah.
And from my understanding, like when I said there are no books, from my understanding, there are no books in school.
Not so much anymore. Yeah. But when parents, I tell parents, stop wasting time trying to fight what they're teaching in history and teach your kids history.
History is not in a book to me.
Yeah.
I love talking to the elderly. That's the history.
Yeah.
That is history. Some things that I learned just a few months ago that I had no idea.
But this is what I tell parents. As much as your kid can listen to music, you can download an Audible, right? You can download an Audible of certain history events and let your kids listen to them while they're young, right? Your kids
very young, but it starts
very young. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have to read now. You can just let them listen to it so they know the history. So when they go to school, right, they understand what they're teaching and they all understand the other part that they need to know also. Stop trying to fight the system. You can teach your kids. You can teach your kids anything you want to teach them, parents. Y'all do know that, right?
Including cursing.
Whatever school teaches your kids, you can teach your kids everything the school don't teach them. So stop blaming the schools for everything. If your kid is dumb as hell and can't write and read, that ain't on the school. That is on you.
I didn't want to say it.
No, but I'm being honest. Seriously. If your kid can't read, no wrote, no write, okay? And your kid is dumb as hell, right? And don't have any mental issues. I ain't talking about the mental kids, but I'm talking about the kids that have the capacity but don't do it. That ain't the school fault, mom and dad. That's yours.
Hell, a lot of the kids that are special needs are very smart.
Right.
They're very, very smart.
Right.
But it is. It starts at home. And I don't mean at the age of 7, 8, 9. No. My daughter was 10 years, she was 10 months old and she was walking. Excuse me, I'm taking go back. 8 months old, she was walking. 10 months old, she was potty trained. Now, was it me? No. I give all the credit to my mom.
Right.
But my daughter was, as they said, it was a gifted child.
Mm-hmm.
She's a gifted child, but it started at home. It starts when we carrying those babies. That stuff is real. Read to your child while you're carrying them.
Right.
But you can't do that stuff if you don't even know how to read.
Right.
Or what you expose yourself to. We have to watch what we're exposing our children to. We really have to watch that. So that's my little brand on.
And someone says, we're not dumb. If you
not dumb.
I guess it's a kid that just joined on Facebook, and I want to, if you're
not dumb.
I'm not
saying a lot of
saying
them are lazy.
I don't think you're dumb, but what I'm saying is when it comes to curriculum, some of y'all pretend to be dumb, or some of y'all are not getting the education you need. So what I would say to kids, right? At the end of the day, can you read? Right? Can you write? Can you spell? Can you comprehend what you're reading? Can you read out loud?
Well, on top of that, if you can't, it's okay to you can
And
take
go
your
get
teacher
help.
to the side.
Yeah.
You don't have to stand in front of everyone else. I know
Exactly.
some of you are embarrassed.
Right.
It is okay. I said it earlier and I'll say it again.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be perfect in every subject.
Because
You're not.
You're a kid.
I don't like math. I do not like math.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for Google and calculators on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know my commission checks can be right to a penny, but I don't like math. A lot of people don't like math.
Right.
Some people don't like reading.
I don't like English.
I don't like English. Hey, let's just say what we have to say and keep it moving. And even as a law, when I completed as an attorney, that's what we got paralegals for. I'm just into a debate.
Man, listen.
You know what I'm
If you tell me you write a sentence, it's gonna be run out like a mud.
Just let me read it.
The adverb, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to, but what I do know is I know the basics. And a lot of these kids today don't know your multiplications, cannot add, cannot subtract, cannot divide. Those are the things you will need in society.
You will need that.
Add, subtraction, division, and
you need that.
You need that. You know your ABCs. And I'm going to say that I think this is something that I hate that went away. It's cursive writing.
I was waiting.
Cursive.
At least when you're signing and printing are two different things.
Yes.
And they took cursive out of the schools with my baby boy. And I said, oh, we're not doing that.
Right.
You finna sign. I'm about to teach you. What I did was I went to the bookstore and they have the printed books where you have different things in it.
That's good, Dakota.
And I had to train. You're gonna learn how to write in cursive because you have to sign your name.
Yes.
Even if, because I know now some people may say, well, you can type it and it'll cursive. No, stop. Let's come on back. Because even on that, on a lot of them, you still have to. I think it too easy. / making them lazy. Because what if everything goes out?
Exactly. And I think, and I'm about to get out here, y'all, but I think at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is the
financial statement. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day is your child is as smart as you want them to be. Your child is as smart as what you teach them. The school is a place that will give them the basics, but I would say at home is where it all starts and where it all finishes. Whatever the school did or did not do, you can argue that all day. But when I look at your child, I will not look at the school.
I'm gonna look at you.
I'm gonna look at the parent.
Because they represent us.
They represent you. That has not changed. You can say the school, the system was bad, but when he or she came home, you had Google, you have YouTube, you have audiobooks. Your kid don't have to only learn at school. It does not stop there. Your kid can listen to a book when they go to bed at night. Your kid can watch just like they can watch YouTube and watch all that stuff on YouTube. They can watch on these other channels, right? On how to be able to add and subtract, right? So with all that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. We just want to tell you guys how we feel about you. Jitim, Temo, Ashtamas. What does all that mean?
Show our thing, them languages. Bye, y'all.
We love y'all. Have a great night.
You know the Android thing out. You're gonna connect with her.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, guys have a great night.
He ain't gonna get my face. I had to go to my eye doctor Monday. Tyson can't jump on anything, can't do the steps, just different little things he can't do right now. Paralyzed and stuff.
All right, hold on, folks. Still alive. We out here. Have a good one.